Hello everybody, long time no see. Well, I'm at my mum's for a week. Well, I'm hoping it's a week because who knows what this government are going to do to their people next. I'm here for a week, but they might decide to lock us down and I might be stranded here at my mum's for weeks. But there are worse places I could be stranded, but hopefully I will be going home next week. But I'm here for a week, partly to keep my mum company for a week, and also I've got lots to do, and I'm starting in the garage. Now, any of you who have followed my channel for a while will have seen the move to the house that I'm in now, and you'll have seen everything taking shape. So the house is all done, you know, everything's been redecorated, recarpeted, everything. But I had quite a lot of things stored at my mum's old house, my collectibles, and a lot of that got brought here and put in the garage where it's remained. So I'm finally going through some of the boxes, and there is a mouse problem in the garage because, you know, you can tell when you walk in, you can smell pee-pee, and we've also seen mouse droppings, and there has been evidence of mice nibbling at some of these boxes. So I'm starting to go through some of this stuff because I need to start selling it. I'm going to sort it out, get a lot of it sold. Not just my collectibles, but my vacuum cleaners as well. There are a few vacuum cleaners in the garage as well, and the loft at my mum's house is full, as is my storage unit at home, and my garage, and everywhere in my house is absolutely chock-a-block, so it does need doing. So I'm sorting some boxes out, and I've just pulled out one of the boxes at the back of the garage that's right at the bottom, and there's a smell of damp. I'm a bit worried that the stuff I've stored hasn't survived, so I'm going to have a look, open up this box at my feet. Fingers crossed everything is still okay. Now, this box here is marked DW3, which stands for Doctor Who 3. So there's at least three boxes with Doctor Who stuff in, probably a lot more than that. I've got some marked PM11, that means Playmobil. There's another Doctor Who collectibles box. An HP stands for Harry Potter. So I've got some Doctor Who collectibles, Harry Potter collectibles, Playmobil. I've even seen some Barbie stuff that I bought cheap, thinking I could sell it on to Barbie collectors one day. So, right, this is going to be tricky trying to open this. Now, look, oh dear. Now, as we can see, there's been damp. I'm hoping this is the Doctor Who that's all in plastic blister packs, and not the ones that are carded, because they won't survive getting damp. I think the majority of stuff I've bought for these, certainly for the Doctor Who stuff, I got cheap, you know, and I put it away in order to possibly sell it on at a later date. I'm not really interested in Doctor Who. I got into it again when it came back, starting with Chris Eccleston and then David Tennant, but I lost interest after David Tennant left, and I haven't really watched Doctor Who, but I did like the series, the first new series, and the David Tennant's series. Right. Oh dear, you see it's quite, in that corner there, it's quite damp. This is a man cave. This was a man cave, and it's quite well insulated, and there was actually space here where we've got some bits and bobs where there was a log burning stove, because there was a chimney. So, and it's all insulated at the top. And if you remember, if you've watched me before, there is an inspection pit under the floor, so you can drive a car in here, if you could get a car in here, and work on it from underneath. So it is quite well insulated. Right. Good. Now, it seems to be, hopefully, most of this stuff, this would survive getting damp. It's perfect. That's lucky, isn't it? We've got Captain Jack Harkness, played by, what's his face? What's his name? John Barrowman. Was it John Barrowman? He's a thespian and a very big fan of musical theatre, if you know what I'm talking about, as I am. Well, not really. Oh, it's got the Doctor's severed hand in a jar as well, look. Must be from some episode. So what I'm going to do, a lot of this is probably going to be repacked and stored away somewhere else longer term, but it depends, because I'll have to research on eBay. If this particular one happens to be one that's going for a lot of money, maybe I'll, you know, sell it now. So there we are. That's the first Doctor, the 9th Doctor, with a rubber arm from an episode. And was that gone funny? I don't know. You see, and I think Mickey's head, I think he's called Mickey. I think this can happen. I saw a retro toy collector, and he said some sealed packages like this, they can go a bit funny, and you warm them up and they get a little bloom on them, you know, like chocolates do. I did like the series with Donna Noble, Catherine Tate. I thought I really liked those series. We've got Sonic Screwdriver. Now we've got some in cardboard boxes, but they're also in there. They should be alright. Let's just look at this one here. Oh well, that box is okay. It's very difficult doing it with one hand. This is the Satan Pit set, featuring David 10-inch there, with some sort of escalator device, and that could be, needs a bit of a dust, but that could be considered mint and sealed. There's other stuff. So anyway, I'm quite happy that box is okay, but as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. Well, there's more there, there's more here, there's all this. I've just pulled all this out because all this, it's 2 rows deep and it went floor to ceiling, all these boxes. And this one, let's move this out of the way. What we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, there's stuff here that can go to the tip if the tip's open. So I'm going to be sorting out all the garage for my mum, and obviously sorting out my stuff. We'll go to the tip, hopefully. This has got a mixture of stuff in, stuff I've even forgotten about. I mean, I don't collect Barbie, but I would have bought that only because I saw it cheap, and I thought, well, people collect Barbie, maybe in a few years I might be able to make some money on that. There's another Barbie in there. Quite a lot of Corgi toys. It's amazing that these have survived, actually. They're still perfect. There's 100 Years of Flight, British Airways. Some sort of a, I don't know what model that is. Some other sort of cheap toy cars. Alfa Romeo there. A Lancia, some Days Gone vehicles. Now, what I was surprised, I don't even remember buying these. And who remembers One Direction? That is Louis from One Direction there. And oh well, that's how much it costs. What was it? £4 odd. This is probably from Asda, so I would have got discount as well. This one's Liam. No, there's more Barbie. There's more Harry Potter. There was some Royal Dalton Harry Potter stuff I got in the sale somewhere in Edinburgh, a department store in Edinburgh. I think they were going for £10 each, and they were normally about 50 odd. So I got a few of those, just to speculate, you know, because people will buy anything if they're interested. I know that. You know, I pay big money for new in-box things that haven't been played with. So these are okay. But when I come to sell these sort of things, I mean, I was a very prolific eBayer, not a seller rather than a buyer. and I got out of the habit of doing it. I didn't need to do it, to be frank. I was desperate for the money when I was selling a lot of eBay, and I was at the post office every other day with parcels, you know, as many parcels as I could carry. A lot of work for very little reward. But I've just recently got back into eBay, only within the last couple of weeks, and I lost confidence doing it, to be honest. When I stop doing something for a while, I think, oh, I can't possibly do it. But once you start doing it again, you realise, well, why didn't you start doing this years ago? So what I'm going to do, folks, I'll pop the camera down. I'm going to have a look at all these other boxes, and I'll show you any other boxes that might be of interest to some of you. But this is just an initial. Today we've been out for a walk. It's my first day here. We've been out for a walk with the dogs. Getting a bit overcast now. I think it might be spitting a bit now. So what I've been doing, this is the bench from outside. I'll just, there's Molly, there's Daisy May. Yeah, it's raining, so I better move these things. That's very useful, having this carport here, because I'm using this as a little area to put stuff in the dry. And there's Millie Pooth. So I've just been putting some things in here so I can have a bit more space. It does get a bit wet, only if it rains. This floor here gets a bit wet, but this part should be fine, where I've put some stuff. I've just ordered a new light for my mum to put up there. It's a solar powered one. I'm hoping it's going to charge up through the roof there. Before I actually attach it to that beam, I'm going to leave it in here to charge, just to make sure. This does get quite sunny. So my mum's got these two little things, battery operated, that come on, but they're very ineffective. But the thing I've got a couple at home, and it will light up this whole area. You can adjust the angle of the light. So it's got 3 lights and a big solar panel on the top, so I think it will charge up even through that. I'm hoping it will. Anyway, what are you dithering for? Hey? What are you dithering for, Mills Bomb? Do it a Millie Pooth. So that's Mills. So folks, and apart from all this stuff, all the loft area, there's loft space, there is Playmobil, mainly Playmobil. I think there are some vacuums up there, I think, unless I move them into the loft. I have a feeling there could be. I don't even know what I've got. But I've decided it's time. It's really time to start sorting this out. Well, the weather has certainly taken a turn for the worst. It's not cold as such, but it's starting to get a bit breezy and a bit rainy. So I'll carry on sorting. I wanted to come this week. At the time of making the video, we're into October, but it's not getting too cold. A lot of the stuff I'll be doing this week is in the loft, so I don't want to be coming here in the cold of winter. I don't want to be in the loft because it's cold up there, but also because I'll have the loft hatch open. All the heat from the house will be going straight up into the loft, so that's why I wanted to come this week and just start sorting, because it's no good me using my mum's house as a storage area. She's, you know, I did pay to have all the loft. Well, I did it myself, but I boarded up all her loft with proper elevated loft boards so I could use that space. But in the end, I ended up having to rent a storage unit anyway. So I'd like to get to a stage where I've got everything out of my mum's garage apart from the loft area. She's okay for me to leave it there, and her loft. But everything that's on the floor of the garage, I want to make sure that's gone. So I'll be selling some things from the loft, some things from here. So eventually, you know, my mum won't be bothered. Well, she's not bothered by what I've got out at the moment. It's not in her way, but it's no good having stuff stored, you know, in your parents' house. But I've no room at my house. But stuff at my home is getting sold as well. So I'm feeling quite optimistic. Now I've started eBaying again, just to get rid. It's not about the money. I'm not really concerned with how much they go for. I would like to make a profit, or at least break even, but it's more to do with clearing out the stuff and getting my house back and letting my mum have a bit more of her house back. Not that I'm saying my mum's house isn't full of my stuff. You wouldn't know it's there because it's all tucked away. It's not in her way. I'd never let it get to that stage. But time has come for me to just knuckle down and just start clearing out a lot of my collections. Well, I've just removed the second box from the bottom of the pile, and I think the worst box is going to be in this corner. This is where it looks like there's a bit of damp because air hasn't been able to circulate around these boxes. So it's a double walled garage though, it's not single walled, there's a cavity. But this is the second box I've just opened. It looks a lot drier. This has got Playmobil in it, and you know, as you can see, this is awful. If you know Playmobil, this one's actually made in China. Can you believe it? They did make some in China, because Playmobil is a German firm and they do normally make most of their toys in Germany, some in Malta. But this is I mean, it's all the Playmobil needs to be sorted. It really needs to be categorized, and because at the moment it's all mixed up. You see, I've got a lovely church. I mean, this church has been discontinued a few years. That's probably going for a fair bit on eBay now. Yeah, that box is perfect, so that's good. I was a little bit worried because I was made aware that mice have been nibbling at some of these boxes, so I was thinking, oh heck. But what I found, the worst box, which I got rid of, that they had nibbled all the way through, once they got in the box they didn't touch the Playmobil inside because it's sort of coated. They obviously didn't like to nibble on this sort of cardboard. They're okay with this sort of raw stuff, but when it's, you know, got this whatever they do to cardboard to give it that sheen, you know, the printing on it, the mice just left them, which is fortunate. That's a remote control for something. I can't even remember what that's for. So there is one advantage about being a hoarder or collector. When you haven't looked at your collection for a long time, it's like discovering it all. I mean, I'm already finding things I didn't even know I bought. But I think, you know, I will make money on this, especially the Playmobil and Lego especially. If you've got the money and the storage space to buy even current Lego sets, in a few years after they're discontinued, people are prepared to pay a premium for them, especially if they're new in the box and sealed. But you do have to have initially the outlay to buy them in the first place, and of course you need a safe and dry and secure place to store them. So I'm just going to go through the rest of these. I'm a bit worried about the final pile, which is in the other corner. I'm not sure if that is damp. I think all the boxes in the middle will be fine. But yeah, it's the start of quite a long week of sorting out, but by the end of the week, hopefully I'll be able to see the wood for the trees. I've just moved some other boxes. It's very dry here at the bottom, and there's no sign that the boxes have been nibbled at the bottom. I mean, partly because I think there's very little room a mouse can get in, although mice can get into the smallest of spaces. I've just noticed though a wall socket there I didn't know we had. That might be a good place to put one of these ultrasonic pest repellers. That could do with, I mean, it's an exposed back box there. That's the sort of back box that should be embedded into the wall, so it would be an idea, I suppose, to get a surface mounted back box for that, because that's not how it should be at all. I've just turned the camera on again because I've seen another HP3 Harry Potter. I've had a quick glimpse, not much of one, but it's not just Harry Potter, so it'll be interesting. It's interesting for me. I hope it's interesting for you. I don't know if it is, but anyway, I'm doing it. There's all sorts of different things in here that might be of interest to somebody. I don't know if these are ever going to be collectible. I don't know if I've got the tea in. I don't know if I took the tea in. It's a free Wallace. I did have some Wallace and Gromit collectibles. I sold quite a lot of that. There's a free grommet mug in this PG Tips. I don't know if we took the tea out. No, I didn't. So it's actually got the tea in it as well. But obviously it won't be drinkable, but that's just a collectible for someone who collects Wallace and Gromit, if anyone still does. There's not much in here. Oh crikey, I didn't know I had some more. What's this? Got some Simpsons. Oh, you see, there's stuff mixed up. This is Playmobil, what they call blind bags. Oh, there's more collectible car things. I can tell that I bought a lot of these from catalogues because of the boxes. Oh, see, this Playmobil, so it's all mixed up. It needs sorting. There's my box for my first iPod, the 15GB one, which I still have. It still works, I think. The battery might need replacing on it. I'm not sure what that Simpsons thing is. I'm going to have a look on eBay and see if this is going for any money. Because Simpsons are still going, of course. I mean, I don't watch it anymore. I stopped watching The Simpsons years ago. I was absolutely so into The Simpsons back in the day. I used to be really panicky, thinking, oh, what if they ever stop making The Simpsons? I'll be bereft, I'll be heartbroken. Now I think, oh, just end it. I don't like it now. In the old days, it was a good show. I'm sure a lot of you will agree. Some of you might still enjoy it now, but it's nothing to what it used to be, folks. Right, I'm going out of focus. I'll just pause the camera. Focus. I'll just pause the camera and see what this is. Wow, well that looks like that might be collectible. It's quite nice actually. Animated talking money bank, and I'm sure that you put coins in at the back and it says things. Oh, and I'll try this out. I might do a separate video of this. I'm going to go on eBay and see if these are making any money. If they're not making a lot of money, then this is the sort of thing I'll keep. But this I've had quite a few years. It's by a company called Wesco, I think. Wesco. Yeah, it's a long time since I've tried that out, so it'll be interesting to see if that works. But yeah, I'm going to bring that into the house and have a quick look on eBay. Just a tip: if you want to set, if you're wondering how much something is worth, you can always get an idea by looking on eBay, not just for things that are selling now, but when you go onto eBay, in at the side of the search options, you can choose to look for completed and sold items. I normally just click the sold items, and then you've got an idea of what your item has sold for in the past. And if it's not going for much, then you might decide to keep it. If it's gone for a lot of money, you might be lucky and get a lot of money for yours, but that doesn't always, you know, tally. DW1. Okay, I'm just going to look at one more box in this video for you. What Doctor Who that stands for, doesn't it? I forget. Doctor Who 1. So this is the first Doctor Who box. Oh, it's a little bit. Sorry, sorry about the lighting, folks. I have got with me my the lighting I use in videos, but I didn't think I'd need to set it up for this. This is just a little chatty video. It's not. I'm not, you know, pretending it's going to be of interest to most folks. So, ooh, what's all this then, folks? Hey, it's like Christmas morning. Well, speaking of Christmas morning, oh crikey, I must have got that for 50p because I never watched Peter Capaldi's Doctor Who. Yes, people of my age would remember getting an annual for Christmas in their stocking, whether it be an annual of a comic, Beano or Whizzer and Chips, or I've got a $6 Million Man annual and an ABBA annual somewhere at home. More Doctor Who, look. That's that nasty. I didn't like him. I remember him the first time round. Davros. I think he was the worst. Oh, Davros there. It's from Series 4. A desktop patrol Dalek. A Jadoon captain. That's one of the larger figures. That box is a bit tatty. Oh, I can't open all these, but I mean there's tons of it. Oh, he's an attractive gentleman, isn't he? He's the Dalek Sec hybrid. Oh dear. Our lives at the moment are becoming more like science fiction, aren't they? I just can't believe what's happening in the world at the moment. You just couldn't make it up. I think some of them are, though. Okay, I'm just going to sort of get out of here. And I really better get on. Well, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumb up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. But if you did like it, please subscribe, click on the bell icon, and you'll be notified of all my new uploads. Now, what I'm planning to do, because I'm very naughty when it comes to uploading videos on this channel, before you see this one, I'm going to make sure I've got all the others I'm recording this week scheduled, ready to go. So you're not going to see this and wait months until the next episode. That's the plan, anyway. I've still got stuff I've recorded at this house years ago, you know. I've got stuff I recorded at my mum's previous house. I've got caravan holidays that I've recorded, not edited. So I've got absolutely tons and tons of stuff, but it's just getting it done. But at the moment, my priority has to be just clearing the clutter of my house. It's been going on for a few years, but it's come to the time when it's got to be done. I can't keep putting it off. I've got to start selling stuff. I can't keep holding on to everything. Obviously, I'm going to be selling some of the stuff that I'm coming across, but some of it will be repacked and stored again. But I'm going to make sure I know what I've got. I'm going to list what I've got. So in future, if I decide to sell it, I'll be able to check my list and think, oh, I've got one of those, and I know where it is. So it's all going to be sorted and organised properly, and not just random, like as I'm finding today, things marked Doctor Who. I've got other things in apart from Doctor Who, and you know, so I've just got to firstly get everything together, all the Playmobil toys together, all the miscellaneous toys, all the Doctor Who, all the Harry Potter, so it's all together and I know what's what. I might take little snapshots of everything as well, so I know what I actually have and where it's stored away. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Bye for now.